Hey everybody, welcome to our Monday Mastermind. It is August 14th. August is already half over. Yep, it is. So this is a very exciting call because first of all, we all just finished our first round of Shift Shop together, and reading all your transformation stories this morning made me so happy. Like I'm just, yeah. If you haven't posted your Shift Shop transformation yet, make sure you do it. I'm posting mine tomorrow because today was crazy, and if you haven't done this program yet, show up, girl, commit, get it done. It's going to change your life. And it's just such an incredible program to share with other women because anyone can do this. So we have our round 2 group starting this week. And then personally, I'm going to plan for another Shift Shop group to start August 28th because I'm just now starting to get more interest in it now that I'm starting to share more before and after pictures and more, people are like, oh, what is this? So I highly recommend that you start planning another Shift Shop group to open towards the end of the month so that you can still leverage all of this to find new challengers and hit Success Club and reach all of your goals and dreams and change people's lives. So tonight on our call, our speaker of the evening is the beautiful Amanda, and she is going to speak on a topic that is kind of, I think, special to our team. It's one of our team's biggest strengths. And it is a great transition off of our team call last week. And so the topic that she's going to share with us is finding your niche. And this is so important because like last week I was talking about how to set yourself apart and how to share your story in a way that makes you different than all the other Beachbody coaches and how to not be a boring, vanilla, stereotypical coach. And that has to do with tapping into your strengths, your natural strengths that you already possess, your talents, your passions, the things that make you you beyond Beachbody. And it's so basic that it seems like it doesn't work, right? We always feel like we need to overcomplicate, and we feel like in order to build a business, it has to be hard, or we make it so hard and we overcomplicate when really it's so easy. And if you're holding yourself back and if you're not reaching people and you're not signing people up and you're not building your team and you're not rank advancing, it's because you're making it too hard for yourself or you're hiding. So Amanda's going to give it to us straight like usual, and she is going to lead us through finding our niche so that we can set ourselves apart and start to attract our lifers, our dream team, our coaches, like the people, like I always say, Beachbody is your team, is the family that you get to choose. And if you start coming to live events, you understand this. Because at live events, we are together, we are a family, and this is our family. And so I want to ask you, if you're running a retreat next year or 5 years from now, or you have a house of your coaches at Summit, who do you want in your house? It's not just some random challenger that you sign up because you're desperate for a coach. No, like who are the women that you want in your house? Start thinking that way, and it makes this whole process so much more fun because you're actually just going out there and making new friends. So with that being said, I'm going to throw it over to Amanda. Take it away.
Ooh, shit. You unmuted me.
Okay, I'll mute.
Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm super stoked to be here and talk to you guys about this. I made a dorky slideshow because that's how I roll. So let me share my screen with you guys. All right, can you guys see that? Thumbs up. I can see you guys if you can see it. Cool. All right, so finding your niche. All right, so this is like a quote that I saw a few months ago and really resonated with this. And I think it's so important, and this is why when I was doing our Instagram auditing in our Inspire Joy Mastermind group earlier this week or last week, when was it? I was like, if people don't even know that you can help them, let alone what exactly you're going to help them with, like, why are they going to invest in you as their coach, period? And that's why I love this. Like, if a customer knows exactly what you do and they trust you, they break out their wallet, right? And I know that, like, we are not necessarily here for the sole reason of, money. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, a huge part of this for me is having the financial freedom and the stability to be able to live this life and quit my day jobs because of Beachbody. It has provided that for me, and I want to continue to provide for my family and to be able to also serve other people in the same vein. And I know a lot of you guys have similar goals. So don't, like, if that is your why, that's a part of your why, like, I think you should stop putting that as a limiting belief that you can't have like money or wanting to help people and like be paid for it in the same vein. Like, block that BS from your life right now, because I just think it's ridiculous. And it's like, if that's not important to you, that's okay too. But just know your why and don't be ashamed of it if that's part of it. Because if you really want to build a business with this, like, you have to have that as part of an incentive in your, in your body, or else you're not going to stay committed. Okay, cool. So these are some questions that I want you to journal on, okay? I can't see you guys, so hopefully you can still hear me. I feel like you probably can. This is just so weird whenever I go into presentation mode. However, I'm going to just give you guys like a couple minutes to journal on this. So if you don't have a pen and paper out, what you doing, girl? Get it right now. But these are some questions that a couple months ago I started asking myself and has completely changed everything for my business. I'm at Success Club 10 right now, and it's because, and I'm going to be at 20 by the end of this month, and it's because I am being so specific with who I'm talking to now. And I want that for you too. So how to find your niche. First question, what do you want to teach? And what do you want to be specifically known for? Okay, just like journal it out, write it out. I'm going to like time us. I'm going to give us 2 minutes. I'm going to do it with you guys. Right? Because we're all here to be the same thing. We're all here, like, we're all here to be Beachbody coaches, except we don't all provide the same service, right? So like, this is linking in on his whole thing about your story. Like, what do you want to be known for? What is your story? What is your why that led you here? And is like your reason and what you want to help others do, right? What do you want to teach? All right, 30 seconds left. You can always come back to this later if you want. Just go with your gut. Okay, and then next one, who is your ideal client? So if you've ever done ICA before, which is ideal customer avatar, or if you've done that before, I want you to like dig back in and like picture her in your brain. What is she like? Who is she? What category of person is she? Is she a mom? Is she somebody that's married or somebody that's about to get married? Is it a dude? Like whatever. And just really brainstorm on who she is for 2 more minutes. I'm gonna exit this so I can see your faces. Can you guys still see the slides okay? Cool. 30 seconds left, you guys. If you're struggling and not really sure what to write here, think if you want like a woman or a man in your life that you're working with. What's her age? Is she struggling with, like eating disorders? Are you working with somebody who like is trying to get over the gym mentality, like, or maybe she's a gym rat. Like, I don't know. These are just some thoughts. Cool. All right, next time. This is the like most important one. What is the specific problem that she is trying to solve? Not you. What is she trying to solve, right? When you think about her and her life, what is she trying to fix in her life? What is the problem she's trying to solve? Jam out on that for a couple minutes. This could be anything from lose weight to tone up to, heal her thyroid, heal her gut problems. I'm just thinking like spitballing, but these are all like things that so many women deal with, right? So what is the problem that your girl is specifically trying to solve? Cool. 20 more seconds and then we'll move to the next one. Okay, so the next one is how can you help? And I don't mean like, how can I help you today? I mean, literally, what are the tools that you're gonna offer her, right? So we all have similar tools in our tool basket, but what specifically are you going to be using to help her, right? Is it 30-minute workouts? Is it, whole foods nutrition? Like whatever it is that, like the wording that for you really resonates with your person, that you will be providing her, that will help her get to where she wants to be. Cool, so jam out on that. Cool. Take like 10, 15 more seconds. And you guys can always come back to this too, obviously. This is just kind of getting your brainstorming juices flowing. Okay, and then the last one. What is the byproduct that they get by working with you? So if you want to think of this in a different way, like how are they going to feel after they finish working with you for like a month or maybe a year, whatever it is? Cool. I'll give you just 30 more seconds. Okay. I'm going to stop my share real fast before I go into my example. Hey guys, I can see your faces now. Before I hop in and show mine, I also want to workshop some of your guys's, if you guys want to, like, that's kind of my intention for tonight, is to like help you guys really solidify this, because I feel like this is why Beachbody coaching can feel saturated sometimes, is because we all have the same base level, right? But what I offer is different than what Anna offers. It's different than what Danielle offers. It's different than what Betsy offers. Like, we are all different coaches. And our pain points that we're helping the women in our challenge groups hit, yeah, they might be by similar tools, but they're in very different ways. And the more specific you can get, the more people are going to be like, they don't care if you're a health and fitness coach. There are so many health and fitness coaches. What they care, like what my girls care about, is that I specify with, yo-yo dieters. And if they're that, they're going to know that I can help them, right? And they're going to immediately say, oh, she says yo-yo dieting. Cool. I want some of that. Or whatever it is, okay? So the more specific you can be with your wording, the better. So I'm gonna just quickly take you guys through my example that I've been working through that has totally like changed my angle on social media, and also like the way that I share everything now. Like, you'll see, like, I have like a whole new bio in my Instagram, and it's specific to these women and my niche. So let me share my screen again. Here we go. Cool. So here's the example of me. So I teach women how to ditch the diet. That is what I teach them, right? So the first one, what do I want to teach? I teach them how to ditch the diet, period. Cool. They get off the diet train. This is just me, right? My ideal client, they are yo-yo dieting busy babes. That's all they've known. They're really busy, and they have been on yo-yo diets and constantly fluctuating their weight for a long time, right? The problem they're trying to solve is emotional eating and feeling burnt out. And my system is an accountability community, 30-minute at-home workouts, superfoods formula that cuts cravings, and a whole foods nutrition plan. The byproduct of that all is they feel confident and sexy as fuck in their own skin and break free of the yo-yo diet train for good, right? Does that make sense? So I hope that like helps lay things out for you guys in a different way. But the more specific you can get, right? Like these are very specific words, right? Like, I teach them how to ditch the diet. That's really specific to what I do, but you could help women, heal their emotional eating, or, break free of the gym, and or be strong, learn how to be strong in their own body. Like, that could be what you teach women, is how to feel empowered and strong in their own body. And you do that through like strength training, if that's your bag, whatever it is. Just because we all have the same products doesn't mean that we all have to be the same, if that makes sense. And we're all different, right? So of course we're not all the same. We're all going to be providing different things. So, okay, oh my goodness, I'm so bad at life. Let me how do I do this? Fuck. Okay. Stop share. Cool. So, I guess if I want to just like, if any of you guys are feeling like you have some ideas or want to like brainstorm, like because you are on here live, I want to like workshop with you, if you want. Otherwise we can hop off early, but I feel like I want to make sure that you guys have your time well spent. And this is something that I've been workshopping a lot with my business coaches that I hired a couple of months ago. And this is like what changed so much of my direction. So I want to help you guys, like I want to pay that forward and help you guys. So does anybody want to go through what like their thoughts, and we can bounce things off of each other and brainstorm?
I'll go because I need
Yeah, girl, I do.
girlfriend need help. So what I really want to focus on, because it's what my struggle has kind of always been, is the absurd focus on the numbers game.
Okay.
And you guys who were in round 1 of Shift Shop know about my big old breakthrough. Kind of just realizing, like, going up in calories is sometimes a good thing. And I know we always say that, but I finally freaking clicked in my little brain.
Yeah.
And I know I have friends and myself who have been obsessed with whatever random calorie tracking apps and using food as a reward for a long run because, hey, I have extra calories, so let me eat them. Or to flip-flop it, exercise is a punishment for what I already ate, so now I have to go burn all of that off so that I hit whatever random arbitrary number I'm supposed to be at for the day, as opposed to just teaching people that if you eat healthy food, like, obviously within reason, you can't eat like absurd amounts of food, period, but your body tells you you're full and you're done, as opposed to a number on a piece of paper or in an application telling you when you're supposed to be full. Like, I don't know, just kind of retraining your body to trust itself as opposed to some calculation
So
of numbers.
Are you gravitating towards the idea of like intuitive eating?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to teach
using
them?
portion fixes what?
So if you were to say, like, I
Just
teach women, your whole thing was you want to teach women how to, like, you know, break free from their scale obsession. Like, is that your main focus?
From this, yes.
Cool. So
sorry, I'm like,
that could be, yeah, like, I teach women how to break free from their obsession with the scale, period.
Okay.
Like, if that's your your ideal client, if she is struggling with numbers, if she is struggling with using, you said exercise as punishment. I just wrote down some of your hot points. You said, like, using food as a reward or exercise as punishment. And then you flip it by, the problem we're trying to solve is using exercise as punishment and food as a reward. Your ideal client are women who are obsessed with numbers, or maybe type A perfectionists. Or maybe like women who are struggling with orthorexia.
Oh, that's written down. Yeah, that's on my list. So that's perfect.
Yeah. So it's like, and then your system is a whole foods nutrition plan that lays the foundation for intuitive eating.
Yes.
Right?
Because I do want to use portion fix as like a way into that. Anyway.
A tool into it for sure. Yeah. And then, like, the workout programs are, exercise that will, like, light you up. Instead of it being like a punishment, it's something that empowers you. Right?
Okay.
And then think about,
absolutely.
Like, the byproduct is less of what you say. Like, you don't say, I help women feel empowered. Like, what does that even mean? It's so vague, right? Like, I used to say that all the time when I first started coaching. I was like, I help women feel confident in their own skin and be happy and healthy. I'm like, those words, like, what do they mean? They don't mean anything, right? It's like, you teach women how to break free of their obsession with the scale. You do that, by helping them. Their problem is that they use food as a reward and exercise as punishment. This is your system, and the byproduct of that is they are no longer attached to the scale. They feel free when it comes to the numbers and the stupid calorie whatever game. I mean, I get this too. This is part of my story too, but it's just not the part that I focus on, right? Like, feel free in their own skin, or whatever it is for you. Like, whatever your hot words are. And that's what you share when you, like.
No, you've hit so many things that I had written down.
Yeah. But does that feel
like freedom is written down, orthorexia is written down?
Right? Like, if somebody were to come to you now and be like, Like if you were to say, if someone were to ask you, like, what do you do? Like, what would you say?
I help women to break out of the mindset of having a number on a scale define you
Great. So I would even
and help
shorten
you
that
feel
to
free.
say, I teach women how to, I teach women how
Mhm.
to break free of their obsession with the scale. I think the word obsession
Okay.
is
It's
a
good.
like a is a word that really like resonates with people.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, break free of
the
the
more
obsession.
like clear and wordy you are, the least wordy you can be, the more people are gonna be like, oh, I know exactly what you do. Cool.
And that's the part that I'm going to have to workshop the most, because in case it's not super clear,
Yeah, and
I'm the
it
wordiest
takes
person on the
practice.
planet.
And that's fine. It takes
Yeah.
practice, but the more clear you are on what your message is, the easier it'll be to share that concisely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Who wants to go next? If anybody. Kaylin, if you're talking, you're muted still. I see your mouth moving and I'm so intrigued, but I want to make sure I can hear you. Hi.
There we go. Okay, so I felt really bad that I came in late. I was on the phone. Yeah, so I'm new to this whole Beachbody coaching game.
Yay.
I don't even know if I'm a coach yet because it still says inactive, but I got an email that said, like, yeah, you're a coach. So I don't know. You can ask Danny. Cool. So, so I basically wanted to start coaching because I have like this new thing that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. My husband and I are trying to conceive, and maybe TMI, but we stopped birth control 6 months ago, and we've been trying to conceive for 2 months, and I basically hadn't had any sort of like normalcy to like any sort of cycle or period. So we went to the doctors, and long story short is a week and a half ago, I found out that I have lean PCOS. So I don't know if a lot of people know what that is. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's not really as common in people that are my size. So I don't necessarily have an issue with needing to lose weight, but I need to learn how to navigate, like, what is this? How do I manage side effects and symptoms, since that's the only way, you know, to sort of manage it. So I think that although it's new, I think that the Beachbody coaching would be a really great platform to let other people know about PCOS, for one. For two, you know, to talk about it and not be afraid to say, like, I have fertility issues. I just turned 27 2 days ago. It's scary. It's a new thing. All of our babies will come from taking medication. But health and fitness is the only way to manage it. And so I don't know that I would say that that's like a niche, because it's not really
I
great.
think it 100% is a niche, girlfriend.
Well,
I think it's a really specific niche, and I think if that is where your passion is, then I say your ideal client is someone struggling with PCOS.
Yeah.
And or infertility, whichever one feels stronger for you.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, like, I Googled the heck out of it when, like, before, during, currently. Like, I'm definitely a Googler. So I don't know much about PCOS in the long term, since I've only had it. Well, I mean, I may have had it since birth, but I've only known that I've had it for, you know, like a week and a half. But yeah, I want to do health and fitness because it's something that I'm already doing, and I'm really bad at like sticking to a program. I have to admit, like, I've never even finished a real calendar program. So I did start the 22-minute hardcore 3 days ago, and I did 3 days in a row, full out. So I'm super stoked about that. But yeah, that's what I'm going for, is kind of just creating an atmosphere where people feel comfortable that somebody that when you Google the signs and symptoms of it, I don't have any of them. And I think that kind of tells you like the sensitivity level of not judging a book by its cover, because it's not going to be the same for everybody. Making sure that you go to the doctors before you try and conceive, because it's extremely heartbreaking when you go months of trying to conceive and not even know it's something that you have to be on medication for. So I think that I can kind of integrate like nutrition into it and say, like, there's certain foods that you're not supposed to eat because it raises like testosterone levels and it makes things worse. So throwing up some recipes that people who have it or don't have it that are both healthy and they taste good. I ordered Shakeology for the first time a few days ago, so hopefully that's yummy.
It's the best. I mean, we're biased, but it's the best.
I already have like 15 recipes for something that I haven't even gotten in the mail yet, so hopefully it's good.
Cool. Okay, so I mean, obviously you're still new, so I'm not saying like don't get super specific now, but I also don't want you to feel like you have to like leave people out of your market, or like people who you could work with that are like family and friends who might not be dealing with like infertility, because it's super specific. But I want you to, like, in your first 3 months, and Danny can obviously work on this with you as well. Just like really do your research and figure out where your heart is when it comes to like who you want to be helping, because if this is obviously going to be a huge part of your story, I mean, it already is, but it's like so fresh. So, you know, if PCOS is the thing, or if infertility is the thing, and you really want to like help women along that journey, I think that's a really specific, really smart niche. But I also want you to like take this and like run with it right away, and not feel like you have to like not invite your friends and family because they're not dealing with this right away, if that makes sense. But I want you to like in the next 3 months, like maybe in 3 months, like really start figuring out like, okay, like this is more of the specific woman I really want to help. But it's just so new in your own story and your own journey that I don't want you to like pigeonhole yourself now, and it may not be the right thing down the road for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely don't want it to be like the only thing I discuss, because I think, like you said, it really does say like only women that have PCOS or only women that are having this struggle, you know, and I don't want that to be like who I am. That's something that I have, but I think that's kind of the point too, is that like this isn't who I am. This is just something that is like a journey to our baby number 1 that we're going through. And last week, my husband and I sort of just embraced this as much as we could. And we started like taking pictures of like, here's metformin cycle number 1, like, yay, medication. So I want that to be part of it. But like you said, I don't want that to be like the only thing I talk about, because I mean, who wants to hear somebody else complain about their fertility issues?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it's complaining. I think it's empowering, because I think a lot of women deal with this. And I think that if you shift it and share it, like the way you're talking about it now is not, it doesn't come across as complaining to me. It comes across as like, hey, this is where I'm at, and I want to really, really set myself up for success in my own personal health and wellness journey for our future family. And maybe that's your angle right now, is you're trying to help women who either want to have babies or in the future, you know, and it's like they want to be in their best selves in all aspects, health, fitness wise, and mentally, for their future families, so that they can be the best mom. You know, if that is really resonating with you, like, to go with that, because I think that is really empowering. And if, you know, women who are dealing with infertility seem to find you because that's part of the story you're sharing, that's okay too. But it doesn't have to be your whole message right now. And maybe down the road it'll become that, if it feels right for you. But you're also so, you know, like I said, so early in your story. But as Anna said, like, it's your story right now. And it's a great way to share your journey and relate to other women going through the same thing. And that's really what we do.
Like 5 people know, like my dad doesn't even know, like certain people, it's just because it isn't talked about a lot. And I think that because like PCOS, there's things like male pattern baldness, like male this, male that, male this, it makes you feel like a part of who you are as a woman isn't like you're not measuring up, and there's not really a difference between the two. And I don't want other people to feel that way, but like broad picture, because there's no cure for it besides health and fitness, it's sort of just like slips right into that whole coaching, helping others.
For sure. Yeah, it's a huge niche. I mean, a lot of the women that are doing the program that I'm taking right now in the business course, a lot of them are PCOS experts. Like that's what they've decided to go with because that's their story.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, definitely ruminate on that. And thanks for like hopping on and stepping out of the box, like call number one, like way to rock it. I love that. That's the kind of energy I'm all about, girlfriend. All right. We have time for one more person we can do live. So does anyone else wanna brainstorm it out with me? You know you wanna. Betsy, I see you, girl.
Hello. Sorry about my cat like popping in and out. She's
never apologize
kind of crazy. I don't really like. I feel like I have so many different like parts to what I want to do and what I want to teach that I don't know how to like focus in on what specifically it is. Cool. So I feel like anxiety is a huge part of my story. So I definitely want to start talking about that more because I'm on like medication for it. Like Keelan was saying, like medication is a thing. Like sometimes you have to use it. But the health and fitness has helped me like not have to like rely on it as much or see less symptoms even using medication. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge part, but also just like that health doesn't mean you always have to eat a salad and spend like 2 hours in the gym. Like, cause that's what a lot of the people like that I know are doing. They're like, yeah, I'm going to Orange Theory for like 2 hours and then eating like a salad and like a piece of kale for dinner. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't work. So I feel like those are two big parts of it. And being like an athlete for like my whole life, like transitioning out of that is a big part of it too.
Okay. So you kind of have 3 different niches.
Yeah.
So which one feels like you are so lit up when you talk about it?
Probably the like not having to eat salads to eat healthy type deal.
Because I was gonna say like I think anxiety is fantastic. That's something that you want to help other women with. But I also think if you pigeonhole yourself in an anxiety role as a health and wellness coach, you're gonna end up being a therapist, and that's not your job.
No.
And so I think that's definitely part of your story. I think that's something you should share. But I would definitely recommend, I like that a lot. And so, okay, what are you trying to then within that, or are you trying to teach women how to like have a balanced relationship with health and fitness? Like what exactly, like, what does that seem like to you? Cause it's like, that to me that is the old me.
Yeah.
I used to do that, but it's like orthorexia and like eating like a bird. So I mean, it could even be like I help women or I teach women how I'm going to say like how to not eat like a bird. I teach women to turn their bunny food mentality into balance, or I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Like,
no, it's helpful. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has any like thoughts, feel free to like bust them in the comments. Like cause that's really like dieting. Like I teach women how to I don't know. I'm trying to think how to bust through the diet phase. Eating healthy, eating salad every day. Yes, it's true. How to make healthy living fun, aka no salads.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or are you thinking more of like the food side of things or the like exercise side of things? So I feel like they're kind of 2 different things, unless you're talking just about dieting in general. But dieting, even that's food. So like, which one is more important to you? Is it the fitness, the over exercising and spending so much time, or is it like the eating salad? I love that. It's not all about salad.
Yes. That's perfect. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know which part like I like better. Cause I studied exercise science. So like I'm all about like that, but I still don't go to the gym all the time, and I literally couldn't get myself to go to the gym. So that was a huge thing, even though there's one in my apartment complex.
I think with your combined athlete history plus with your background from a school perspective, I think focus on the over exercising.
Okay.
Like I teach women how to, I'm trying to think of like the wording. Obviously this is something that you know more about because this is not my jam as much, but like your ideal client are women who feel like they have to spend hours in the gym.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, so what is the problem that you're trying to help them solve?
I feel like opening up more time, like in their life, to do the things that they love.
Like have a life?
Yeah.
I teach women how to have a life outside the gym.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I teach women how to have a life outside the gym. Like, or I teach women how to make fitness fun. I teach women how to, I don't know, I'm just fucking spitballing right now.
I like spitballing.
Oh, I love that. I help ex-athletes reclaim their lives from the gym while still getting a rockin' bod.
Like it.
Anna, for the win.
Like
yeah.
Quality over
quantity. I love that. And I love that your ideal client are ex-athletes. Like I help ex-athletes that deals with your history.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or get back their lives, reclaim their lives, whatever. Like add the wording or whatever, or former athlete. I like former athlete better than ex-athlete.
Yeah. And I feel like, cause I did like soccer up and through high school. So like then in college, I kind of went through this like, oh, so I have to go to the gym now to stay in shape. And like, I thought I had to spend like an hour on the elliptical, freaking like bawling my eyes out, like stabbing them to like get healthy. And now I'm like, oh, I just do 30 minutes and like I'm in better shape, I think, than I literally was when I was an athlete.
I think literally that's what you need to say.
Okay.
I help former athletes like break free of the gym by using 30-minute at-home workouts.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Reclaim their inner badass, but that's not specific.
It's a good one.
It's not specific.
I'll change that word.
After effect, that's a byproduct. For sure.
True.
And
that is the byproduct.
Like, do you want to feel like an inner badass? Like, want to get back to your athlete self and feel like Wonder Woman again, but tired of spending like 2 hours at the gym every day? I mean, I don't know.
No, that's good. I like that. Cool.
Yeah, that's true too. I love that.
Body image. Yeah, that's huge because everyone's so used to being like all like fit and slim, and then you're not. Yeah. And like, what do you do?
Keep nomming on this.
Yeah.
And share in our IJ Mastermind page, like some ideas. Like, just come up with like 3 or 4, and then ask for feedback. And you all should do that. Period.
Cool.
By the way, like every single one of you on this call, if you're not in the Mastermind page, you probably should be because you're here. So have your coach or add you in if you're not. It's basically for anyone who's like really willing, like ready to like up their business and just dive in. So if you're not in that group, join our IJ Mastermind page and just reach out to your coach if you're not already in there, and they'll add you in. And I want you to share your person, your niche. Like, what do you help people do? This is called the sign outside your door, but it's, it's the thing that is super concise. Like, right. I teach women I help women ditch the diet, find joy in fitness, and live a fuck yes life. That's my thing. It's concise. People know what they're going to get. They know that they're going to not be on a diet anymore. They know that they're going to be having a blast, and they know that their life's going to fucking change forever, right? That's my people. That's my niche, right? So make sure that you are being really clear, right? Who are you helping? How are you helping them? And what are they going to get? Cool. So add that in. And if you're completely lost and are like, Amanda, I have no concept, just start brainstorming and be like, I'm struggling. Like, this is what I'm thinking about. Like, this is not an easy thing. I did not come up with mine overnight. It took like a week or 2 of me brainstorming and nitpicking and like taking words out and moving words around. And I've been doing this with Anna for like to help her too for like a while and paying it forward. Cause like, I think this is so important. I think this is the missing link that will set us apart. And if you get really clear and specific, like people are going to be like, I have people literally like strangers running to me right now, like finding me on Google, like because the things I have are searchable. Like I've had 3 women sign up for my thing in the past like week because they found me on Google. Like what? I don't understand. Like, and that's just because I'm changing things. Yeah, Anna's right. You guys are getting this vote free, y'all. Vote free. But it's awesome. And it's like, it's really changed and up leveled my business. And I want to pay that forward for you guys. You know, like I'm not a professional. I'm learning and I'm figuring it out. And, you know, I'm maybe further along in this journey than you are. But some of you guys on this call have been coaches longer than I have. So y'all, like, you fine. Just dig in and decide to be specific. I know it's scary because you're worried that you're going to pigeonhole yourself, right? Like you're like, well, if I don't invite this or include this person, no. The more specific you are, the more you will be successful, period. Like I cannot say that enough. The more specific you are, the more successful you're going to be. Yes, that's so true. Like if you have a free community, that's a great place to start. Like I asked my free community, like, what do you guys resonate with? Like, is this something that you guys feel you want? You know, ask them, like, what are you guys looking for? Like, how do you want to feel? Do your market research. Or if you don't have a free community, talk to people in your life that are like your ideal client. You know, like if you see them, that you know them, you're like, just ask them to go for coffee and be like, hey girl, like, can I ask you some questions? Cause you're my dream client. First of all, they're going to be so flattered that you're their dream client, you know? And second of all, if you buy them coffee, that's going to be the best. But third of all, like you get really great answers that way and maybe get some insights that you might not have had before. So good point, Anna. Cool. Well, you guys are the bomb. Keep ruminating on this. I know it's like a lot to take in. So if you don't feel like you're walking away with something concrete, you shouldn't, because it takes some time to figure it out. But like I said, post some ideas and like, you know, where you're at on the process and our page. And if you're watching the replay, do that too. And we'll brainstorm in there and get you feeling like it's like 100% your bag. Cool. Any questions before we hop off? Cool. I love it. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. Rock stars, all of you who are on live right now. I'm proud of you. Also, hello, baby Emma. You're so cute. I can't handle it. I love that we have like babies on our team now. I feel like it's just crazy. They're like mini Inspired Joy mascots. It's the best. And then I have my dog who's just, you know, chilling. All right, you guys. Anna, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll close it out. Thank you so much, Amanda. That was amazing. And like I said, you guys, this is high level stuff that Amanda's paying thousands of dollars to learn. And so don't take this for granted. Please use this, implement this, and most of all, don't overthink it. So this week, I want you to have this hashed out. You know, Voxer your sponsor if you want to hash it out. Don't even wait till you have a call with them. Just Voxer them and share in our Inspired Joy Mastermind group what your niche is, and we can all give each other feedback. And I think, at least for me, the key is really getting specific on the actual words that mean something, because it's so easy to throw around these vague words, you know, like I want to help women feel confident and amazing and free. And it's like, well, what does that mean? And maybe those are the words they use. But the only way you're going to find out is by doing your market research. If you do want to do more, if you want to learn how to do more market research and how to run free groups that are targeted towards your dream market, then I did a webinar for Shred Nation, like a couple years ago now. It's on the Shred Nation YouTube channel, and it is called something about like finding your dream coach. But you can easily find it and watch that as well. And just know that your niche is going to constantly be evolving, just like your why, but your niche is going to evolve as you evolve on your journey, because your target audience is going to grow with you. So don't overthink this. Don't wait for it to be perfect, or don't wait for you to be perfect until you feel like you can start. Just ask yourself, what am I going through right now? What did I go through, 6 months ago or a year ago? what's my story right now, and how can I connect with other women based on where I'm at right now. And when you hit on the right niche, it will feel like, don't hit on something, like don't work with something until it feels really good. It should feel exciting. It should feel like, yes, wait, I can do this. Like it should feel like crazy easy and fun for you. So don't just try and be another coach. Don't just try and do like emotional eating just because everyone else is, just figure out what works for you and just know that there are people out there. So we'll see you guys on our next call and in our group. I can't wait to hear all of your niches. Thanks again, Amanda, and let's make it an amazing rest of the week.